thank you for having me. And it is my honor to introduce to you the senator, the man, the friend, the person who has helped bring all of us here together today, Senator Bernie Sanders.
Hi everyone, welcome back. With me, my legendary co-host, reporting live, straight from inside Elon's asshole. Hello Luigi, how are you?
Hi George, it's pretty dark in here as you can see, but I am bringing the light.
Beautiful, beautiful words on this fine Sunday, Luigi. I think you gotta feel good about yourself because I did the heavy load, did the Israel news, did Russia, and now we can talk about the bullshit with Elon, as promised. I know we promised it, but we'll deliver it, folks.
It's a tradition on this show. We start with the funny news, and the funny news this time, George, the news keeps getting funnier. Last week we had Trump on the White House.
Luigi, sorry, I would call it comi-tragic. Comi-tragic. It's a new word. Comedy, tragedy, together.
Yeah, so last week we had the president on the White House lawn having a Tesla in front of them with
Beautiful lawn, beautiful.
With Elon next to his side, and they were basically doing an infomercial for Tesla cars, saying, it's so amazing, look at the screens. After that, failed to make any dent. So basically,
sad.
We had the Commerce Secretary going on air and basically urging
Who is the
people...
Trade Secretary, right? Sorry, let's clear that one. Yes, because they have two of them, right? They have
it's
two...
a treasury, which does the economics, and this one does trade. So Secretary Lutnick was out on Fox News
another hedge fund guy,
that people should buy Tesla stock.
I think if you want to learn something on this show tonight, buy Tesla. It's unbelievable that this guy's stock is this cheap. It'll never be this cheap again. When people understand the things he's building, the robots he's building, the technology he's building, people are going to be dreaming of today and Jesse Waters and thinking, gosh, I should have bought Elon Musk's stock. I mean, who wouldn't invest in Elon Musk? You got to be kidding.
Anyway, after he did the interview, the stocks did not rise at all. In fact, they fell even more, right?
A little bit. It's pretty stagnant. So from its highs, Tesla is down about 50%.
We've mentioned it last time, yeah.
Yeah. And
a dramatic fall.
Pretty dramatic, but it's still up like 30% if you look at 1 year ago. So dramatic.
I just want to discuss, Luigi, in terms of Tesla's general stock value before we make fun of the dipshit.
Thank you.
I think most of the value that they have been dumping in it had been hypothetical and imaginary, as we discussed. I mean, some time ago now, but I mean, why is Tesla valued 10, 20 times more than, I don't know, Volkswagen in Germany? When in fact Volkswagen sells more than 10 times the amount of cars that Tesla does. It's all a bit, what was it in that film? It's all Fugazi.
It's Fugazi.
It's Fugazi.
Look at the valuation.
The little bit fava beans.
The reason Tesla's valuation is so exacerbated is because it's because it's a tech company in the eyes of investors, right? Elon has promised so much over the years, like driverless cars and so on.
By the way, BYD is delivering on those promises.
That's why I'm saying, though, Tesla is not treated by the investing class as a car company. It's seen as a tech company.
As a beautiful tech company headed by the great overlord, the genius, the autistic behemoth.
The problem with all of that is that if people start losing faith in a
In
stock
the
valued
genius.
so highly because maybe your CEO is trying to run the government as shadow president, I'm just spitballing here.
After he bought the election.
Yeah,
Good value for money, I guess.
your stock tends to fall, and when that does, apparently we have the president make an infomercial, and the Treasury Secretary shilling out your stock on the news. So you heard it here first. Tesla's stock value is now a policy variable for the US government.
And all of them are. I mean, J.D. Vance, he keeps going on about free speech, but what he's essentially doing is threatening European companies not to regulate American tech companies. That's what he's
Yeah.
doing in actuality. And then yeah, you've got Tesla. From the president on down trying to hawk his fucking shitty automobiles because the people don't seem to be that into them anymore.
Happened with that is that the liberals and the left wingers that used to buy Teslas to signal
Oh
like a
yeah.
pro-environmental stance
You'd
are now
expect someone, Luigi, because he has never sold Teslas at a very affordable point, Elon, never
yeah.
in the running of his business. They could only be afforded by middle to higher class individuals. And these individuals tend to be more educated, more into understanding climate change, that sort of thing, and more environmentally aware. So it was the liberal fucking suburban democratic voting market. And now he's flipped it completely to, I don't know. I don't want to say it's gonna be rude to the kind of demographic
Now those
actually.
same people are boycotting his company, and
Oh
right
yeah,
wingers and Republicans are starting to warm up to his cars, which is
I
a
want to get one of those electric vehicles, Marge.
like
One of those electric moving ones.
they don't even make any sounds. So look, in the show, I'd like us to. So in the spirit of showing that Elon is out on a vendetta in how he's trying to run the government, I've got a collection of cases where a government agency was investigating his companies or fined them in the past, and then lo and behold, those agencies became some of his first targets as he's trying to, I don't know, cut down on the US government spending, I guess. Now, case number one, and perhaps the most obvious one for me, is the Department of Transportation. The Department of Transportation oversees both the Federal Aviation Administration, which basically regulates SpaceX, and the National Highway Traffic
Which
Safety
oversees
Administration,
his beautiful, shitty vehicles. Yes.
both of which had open investigations into Tesla. In fact, the FAA had an investigation into SpaceX, and Tesla has in the past, I think, faced quite a lot of fines. Next comes the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which has fielded hundreds of complaints against Tesla. It's undertaken fines against it as well.
The financial component of Tesla, auto loans, that sort of aspects. That would be the one that the Financial Protection Bureau is overseeing with Tesla. No, road accidents. Yes, clarify.
Yeah. Another great example
And
is
he's already
USA.
taken the Financial Protection Bureau down completely unconstitutionally.
Yeah. Next, we go to his biggest target yet, USAID, whose Inspector General initiated an investigation into Starlink satellite terminals, which basically USAID bought from SpaceX to give to Ukraine. That investigation was ongoing.
It's done now because the whole
And
agency has been binned.
the Inspector General was fired days after publishing a report critical of the Trump administration's dismantling of the agency.
It's a two-pronged strategy. The strategy is dismantle the fucking government. And I mean, at first we focus on the people we hate most in the government. So he's going through it. Yeah.
I'm coming after my regulators.
Oh yeah.
This is the wolf literally going after the
wolf leading the sheep. But yeah, honestly, and
straight out of a movie.
when I keep saying unconstitutional, it so clearly is. It doesn't take a genius. When something has been legislated and approved and created by Congress, the executive can't get rid of it. It's part of the fucking system of checks and balances. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't make the fucking system. You guys did. It's your system. It,
Last,
yeah,
yeah,
sorry, Luigi. Go on,
last
go on.
one is the Department of Labor, which
Oh, yeah.
arguably has the most. Various departments that fall under the Department of Labor had over a dozen open investigations into Tesla and SpaceX regarding alleged unfair labor practices, safety
Workplace
violations,
accidents, yeah, safety
a,
issues.
a lot of them. So, particularly for SpaceX, there's been a lot of reporting lately. Basically, they're way above the industry average in terms of accidents. At some of their sites, they have something like 6 accidents per 100 employees, which I think is their big site, Texas.
We work fast. And yeah, the whole thing,
The
yes.
industry average is about 0.8 workers getting injured every year. So
Luigi, I'm convinced that the whole reason that Elon hates Europe is that because they have more unions in there, and he just can't fucking conceptually agree with it as a mob boss. No, the peasants can't get together, keep them apart.
they must we must bring down the government, chainsaw it down.
Time for bureaucracy.
But first, let me chop down my regulators.
Yeah, and I mean, Trump, on the other hand, sort of like evading heat on it by having Elon take most of the heat, even though obviously Trump's 100% responsible for all that is happening right now. And can you imagine, just to close on this, can you imagine Xi doing this fucking thing with BYD vehicles, just having infomercials outside? I don't know, the Golden Palace. I know it's called. Beautiful BYD, made with communist engineering. Never abandon your values. I'm sorry, I don't know how Xi speaks.
Putin,
Never heard him.
Putin advertising a Lada car or something. Comrade, it's an amazing car.
Comrade, it gets you there, probably. You need to go. Yeah, so that is it's so sad, really. I mean, just trying to hawk fucking Elon's, and I mean, whatever. His stupid ex porn site is doing better, I heard. So just stop this whole fucking thing. It's beneath the office. It's disgusting. It's even more disgusting than the last guy who was dying in office.
Bernie, Bernie has been right that
Oof.
the first thing that needs to be reformed is getting money out of politics.
And for a start, the profound issue that must be dealt with is we must end this corrupt campaign finance system. Now, I don't care if you're a Republican, Democrat, or Independent. I don't think there's anybody who thinks it vaguely makes sense that the richest guy in the world could spend $270 million to get Trump elected and then become the most powerful person in the government. It's not just Republicans, let's be clear. Billionaires are funding the Democratic Party and preventing that party from standing up for working families. Bottom line, we need to end Citizens United, move to public funding of elections. Trump wants to give massive tax breaks to billionaires. Our view, it's time that the billionaires started paying their fair share of taxes.
As long as billionaires can give unlimited money to politicians,
Big
every
problem,
other
though,
problem.
how to do that, Luigi.
Yeah, it's basically
Massive.
it's a lock-in effect almost. Once money is in politics, it's very difficult to get it out.
100%. And Bernie's right that they're buying elections openly at this point.
Yeah.
The super
Bernie,
PAC shit doesn't really work.
Bernie has been on this anti-oligarch slash anti-billionaire tour
Fight
recently.
the oligarchy.
So, my friends, why is all of this happening? Why is it that the rich get richer and working class people die younger than they should? Well, it has everything to do with the fact that we're living in an oligarchic form of society. You know, I've been talking about that for a few years. But I think the rest of the world is catching on to what I was talking about. And the reason is you got to be dumb and blind not to see what's going on. You got a President Trump getting inaugurated, and I must tell you, one of the more bizarre experiences of my life was I was kind of pushed into the front row of that. And there I am, there's Trump, and right behind them, you got Musk, Bezos, and Zuckerberg. Three wealthiest guys in the country. And then behind them, you got 13 other billionaires who Trump nominated to head up various government agencies. You know, Abraham Lincoln talked about a government of the people, by the people, for the people. Well, Trump has a government of the billionaires, by the billionaires, and for the billionaires.
Brothers, and he still says it, brothers and sisters, brothers and sisters, we shall fight the oligarchy until the last chicken soup runs out.
Trump and his friends want to cut Social Security. We're going to expand Social Security by lifting the cap. Trump and his friends want to cut Medicaid. Well, we got a different idea. We're going to join the rest of the industrialized world, guarantee health care to all. It's a human right. We need to make sure our people get educated without going into debt. We need to make our public colleges, universities, and community colleges tuition free. We need to save the planet.
Run, Bernie, run. We're still with you. This podcast is with you. We're with you, even if you're a fucking brain in a jar, Luigi. It'll be the most beautiful, most pro-working class brain in a fucking jar that has ever existed.
I'll be 1,000 years old, but I'll still run, Brother George.
They'll just carry him out of brothers and sisters.
We end up having an AI version of Bernie just ruling the country for the remainder of the term.
AOC, I thought, was really good as well.
You know, mass media and Fox News and the right will have you believe that these American values are something out of the Communist Manifesto. They believe that we think these things because we went to some fancy college and read them in a book somewhere. But I'll tell you, I don't believe in healthcare, labor, and human dignity because I'm an extremist or a Marxist. I believe it because I was a waitress. Because I've scrubbed toilets with my mom to afford school. Because I've worked double shifts to keep the lights on. Because I lost my dad to cancer as a kid and had to see my mom open hospital bills in the days after. And I don't want us to live like this anymore, Greeley.
The numbers are incredible, considering they're not running for anything. It's nice to see. And it's also nice to see that Bernie hasn't lost any of his drive against the billionaires and the oligarchs. Brothers and sisters, oligarchy is the new word of the day.
I mean, how can you lose your drive when you have just witnessed an aggressive corporate takeover of the U.S. government? That's what basically happened, like over the last few months.
They wanted to fucking tariffs to fucking give another fucking corporate tax cut to billionaires.
and the math doesn't work
Obviously,
for
the math doesn't
around
work.
that.
Because they're going to be using the tariff money, people, to support the businesses they just wrecked by
Which is
initiating a tariff war.
exactly what happened the last time.
Yes, yes. It's the benefit of history, people. That's what puts us in a better position to analyze the incoming events.
That's why Elon is coming for your social security.
Elon's guy for your social security, folks. Hide your children, hide your social security numbers. It's a scam. They're bad people, Luigi, because I'm against fraud. They're pro-fraud. They're bad people. And I'm like, why is he communicating like we're, I don't know, 3 years old or something? What the fuck is wrong with that guy?
Right, let's wrap up.
Let's wrap up with a Roman salute. No,
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 people.
no, no, don't do it. Don't do it, people.
Not cool.
It's wrong. It's wrong.
Just because they've normalized it. No.
Just because Sloppy Steve, a guy who hasn't bathed in this fucking century, has done it, doesn't mean you should, people. And the other guy, he's autistic, whatever.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
All right.
I love this universe. I love it. I love it.
This timeline has been going wrong
This
for a long
timeline
time
has
now.
been exquisite, Luigi. It has been,
Fine,
I have
fine.
to say, one of the best timelines.
Perfect. On that. Thank you, George.
Thank
See
you,
you soon,
Luigi.
everyone.
Sayonara.